Megastar Arnold Schwarzenegger offers a guide to living a fulfilling life and be useful. He shares the success formula that took him from Austria to America and from bodybuilding to acting and politics. Drawing from his experiences, he stresses the importance of being resilient, having a clear vision, working hard, learning from failure, staying curious, and giving back. Resilience. After his tenure as California governor ended in 2011, Arnold Schwarzenegger encountered both personal and public challenges. His tenure had seen significant environmental and infrastructure achievements, but the 2008 financial crisis led to a budget crisis. Despite his efforts to rescue the state from financial ruin, the public was unhappy with the resulting service cuts and tax hikes. Personal issues, which Schwarzenegger opts not to disclose, further amplified his sense of defeat. Yet, Schwarzenegger's resilience paved the way for a new chapter that merged his passions for bodybuilding, policy, and entertainment. His fitness initiatives and advocacy work through the USC Schwarzenegger Institute and the Schwarzenegger Climate Initiative continued, supported by a resurgence in his entertainment career. He also found success as a motivational speaker, with his messages of positivity striking a chord globally. Schwarzenegger noticed widespread negativity in society, worsened by the COVID-19 pandemic and exploited by some industries for profit. In contrast, his hopeful messages and practical advice offered an antidote to the despair many were experiencing. Be useful, which is the best advice Schwarzenegger received from his father, encapsulates his life philosophy. Inspired by his father's words, Schwarzenegger aims to help others by providing a guide to a fulfilling life. A clear vision. Many people struggle with feelings of being lost, unhappy, and trapped in unsatisfying jobs or relationships, often because they lack a clear life vision. This can lead to a series of unfulfilling choices. However, establishing a clear vision can provide purpose and a benchmark for evaluating decisions based on their alignment with the desired future. A clear vision can start as a broad concept that becomes more focused, or as a small idea that grows into a larger plan. Schwarzenegger's own vision began with a broad fascination with America, inspired by images and stories from his youth. This vision narrowed when he discovered bodybuilding as a route to America, following in the footsteps of Reg Park, a Mr. Universe who became an actor. Developing a vision can be a long-term endeavor, often rooted in childhood passions. Tiger Woods, Venus and Serena Williams, and Steven Spielberg pursued careers aligned with their early interests. While a vision can start broadly, it should become more specific over time, akin to zooming in on a map to plan a detailed route. Schwarzenegger's journey to America and his bodybuilding triumphs were the result of a clear vision and deliberate steps. Start with small, achievable goals that build into a larger vision, shifting focus and allowing inspiration to guide the development of a more defined life plan. The difference between successful individuals and those who feel lost lies in the clarity of their vision for the future and the acceptance of personal responsibility to realize it. Schwarzenegger, who grew up in a small Austrian village during the Cold War, understands that while our background is fixed, the direction we take is a choice. By setting goals and allowing space for inspiration, we can overcome feelings of helplessness and actively shape our lives. Jonah Lenning's experience walking the Camino de Santiago de Compostela, the famous Catholic pilgrimage across northern Spain, led him to quit his stressful job. Many seek inspiration and change through such journeys. Schwarzenegger finds clarity in activities like gym workouts, skiing, bicycling, and nightly jacuzzis. These activities provided the mental space for him to craft a speech to the American people following the January 6, 2021, riot at the U.S. Capitol. Watching the events unfold, Schwarzenegger felt a range of emotions and saw the rioters' actions as a call for help, aligning with his lifelong focus on aiding others through public service and utilizing his celebrity. Schwarzenegger addressed the nation through Instagram with the sword from Conan, the barbarian symbolizing democracy's resilience. This was part of a broader strategy to use social media to directly help people, evolving his public service. It's important to create time and space for inspiration and ideas and encourage others to find their own methods to foster clarity and momentum in their lives. Throughout his life, Schwarzenegger has relied on vivid visualizations to achieve his goals, from picturing himself in America to envisioning victories in bodybuilding and seeing his name in movie credits. This clarity of vision was crucial in his decision to run for governor during the 2003 California recall election. His approach differs from manifestation philosophies because it emphasizes the necessity of hard work and learning from failure in addition to visualization. Elite athletes often use visualization techniques. A clear vision provides the calm and certainty you need to navigate opportunities and challenges, ensuring alignment with your goals. Dream big and go all in. Having a plan B can undermine your commitment to achieving plan A. Instead, go all in on your goals. Backup plans can lead to self-doubt and capitulation. Success in your endeavors provides a new perspective and reveals further challenges and opportunities. People like Elon Musk continue to pursue new goals after significant achievements. Musk started SpaceX and changed space travel after reinventing online banking with PayPal. With Tesla, he is contributing to the revolution in electric vehicles. Witnessing others achieve seemingly impossible goals can inspire and unlock your potential. Self-improvement requires self-observation, judging your efforts, and not fearing the world's perception. By 1987, Schwarzenegger was an action star, but he aspired to become the highest-paid leading man, which meant branching out into comedy to showcase his versatility. Schwarzenegger responded to skepticism from journalists, studio executives, agents, and friends with determination. He entered a partnership with producer-director Ivan Reitman, who shared his vision. Together, they developed the concept for Twins, a comedy about genetically engineered twin brothers co-starring Danny DeVito. Amid concerns about Schwarzenegger's comedic ability, he agreed to take no upfront salary, opting for back-end profits instead, which reduced the studio's risk. Universal's president, Tom Pollock, agreed to the deal, leading to the success of Twins, which is still the most profitable film of Schwarzenegger's entire career. After achieving unparalleled success in bodybuilding, Schwarzenegger shifted in 1975 to promoting the sport and pursuing an acting career. The laughter and doubt from journalists and industry professionals didn't deter him, but rather fueled his determination to break into acting, not as a minor character, but in leading roles. This ambition required overcoming both the resistance of naysayers and typecasting. Schwarzenegger's upbringing in Austria, where negative reinforcement was common, had instilled in him a drive to use negativity as motivation. This mindset was crucial in facing the challenges of acting and later governing California. As governor, Schwarzenegger encountered resistance from both parties in the state legislature. Democrats opposed fiscal conservatism, while Republicans distrusted his stance on environmental and social issues. Schwarzenegger chose to focus on compromise and common ground to pass legislation beneficial to Californians. A significant challenge was the entrenched practice of gerrymandering, which hindered meaningful legislative progress. Schwarzenegger's persistence led to the successful passing of a redistricting reform measure in 2008, shifting the power of drawing electoral maps to the citizens. James Cameron, a friend and collaborator of Schwarzenegger, is always committed to his projects, embodying the philosophy of going all in. Cameron's meticulous attention to detail and refusal to compromise were evident in Titanic, where he recreated the ship and its sinking with historical accuracy and innovative filming techniques. The film's success, becoming the highest-grossing movie at the time, can be attributed to Cameron's all-in approach, which he also applied to Avatar. The philosophy of going all in applies beyond Hollywood to any goal or dream. Whether it's being the first in a family to attend college, or aspiring to be a police officer, an electrician, or a parent, the message is to fully commit and aim high. By doing so, even if we fall short, we still achieve something significant. Conversely, aiming low limits potential and motivation. Bodybuilding illustrates the importance of focusing on both the big picture and the small details, because neglecting aspects like muscle definition or calf size could prevent reaching the pinnacle of success. Cameron's dedication to the smallest details in Titanic is paralleled by the meticulous training that led Schwarzenegger to 7 Mr. Olympia titles. The underlying principle is that regardless of the size of your dream, giving anything less than your all is a disservice to yourself, and true fulfillment comes from facing and overcoming adversity. Perseverance and preparation. Schwarzenegger's life serves as an example of what is possible with big thinking and relentless pursuit. The will to work is a unique asset that surpasses natural talent or connections. Hard work is the only reliable path to achieving goals, as shortcuts often lead to failure or dissatisfaction. Lottery winners and the hereditary rich often struggle financially or personally because they have not experienced the fulfillment that comes from working towards a goal. Schwarzenegger exemplifies the power of hard work. As a bodybuilder, he trained rigorously. He invented the double-split training method, which involves training 2.5 hours in the morning and another 2.5 hours in the evening. He was moving immense weights every workout. His work ethic propelled him to the top of the sport. Transitioning to acting, he reallocated his training hours to mastering the craft, taking classes and immersing himself in script study. His efforts led to iconic roles and a new kind of leading man in action films. For Conan the Barbarian, Schwarzenegger underwent intense physical and skill-based training. Pain and sacrifice are necessary for greatness. Pain is not only temporary, but also an indicator of potential growth and a measure of the effort invested in pursuing dreams. Icons such as Muhammad Ali and Bob Dylan recognize the value of pain in achieving success. Enduring pain for a greater cause is a choice. Schwarzenegger was scheduled to begin his second term as governor 2 weeks after he broke his leg. He persevered despite his injury. Entering politics, Schwarzenegger applied the same philosophy, dedicating time to understanding the intricacies of California's issues. His commitment to learning and preparation was aimed at fulfilling his promise to voters to be a different kind of politician. Preparation is important for any endeavor, from business to sports. Being ready for the moment of opportunity is crucial, and this readiness comes from hard work. Repetitions, or reps, are a fundamental aspect of the process. Good reps, done with proper form and effort, build a strong foundation and prevent setbacks. This principle is not limited to physical training, but extends to all areas of life. John Coltrane's legendary jazz improvisation was the result of relentless practice of the basics. Athletes like Stephen Curry and Lionel Messi amaze audiences with their performances because of the extensive, often tedious, practice they undertake privately. Tested in crisis. When wildfires ravaged California in October 2007, Schwarzenegger was determined to avoid the kind of disastrous response seen in New Orleans after Hurricane Katrina. He knew that effective leadership required more than delegation. It demanded hands-on involvement and relentless follow-through, especially in crises. As the fires escalated, Schwarzenegger saw the potential for disaster at Qualcomm Stadium, where evacuees lacked basic necessities. By personally intervening, he ensured the delivery of supplies and addressed the logistical nightmare of locating and distributing cots, which had been trapped in a locked storage facility due to a change in ownership. This incident highlighted the necessity of direct action and persistent problem solving. The situation at Del Mar Racetrack, where elderly evacuees from a nursing home were sheltered, further exemplified the need for meticulous follow-up. Discovering the absence of medical staff and the urgent needs of patients requiring dialysis, Schwarzenegger coordinated with military bases to secure medical facilities and transportation. This hands-on approach ensured the safety and care of the most vulnerable. Follow-through is the essence of achieving important goals. It's often the simplest yet most neglected aspect of work. It's about commitment, attention to detail, and refusing to settle for mediocrity. For Schwarzenegger, creating bodybuilding booklets, pursuing education, and undertaking ventures like property investment were all steps towards a broader vision. His relentless work ethic and strategic planning were keys to his success, demonstrating that time should be invested wisely rather than squandered on distractions. Success is about following up consistently and following through with excellence. Discovering a concept in business studies, improving English skills, or experiencing progress in the gym made Schwarzenegger want to delve deeper and work harder. This drive is akin to entering a flow state where time seems to bend and you become deeply engrossed in the activity. Writers, musicians, software programmers, and other professionals often find themselves working intensely, sometimes to the point of physical exhaustion, driven by passion. Successful individuals make the most of their time, transforming it to achieve their goals, regardless of other demands like sleep or leisure. Schwarzenegger knows success doesn't come overnight. It requires daily, incremental work and a focus on the process rather than the outcome. His 24-hour countdown exercise demonstrates that we can always find hours in the day to pursue our vision. Write down how many hours per day you sleep, work, commute, and spend with family. After all of this is accounted for, you will find you still have time left in the day. An hour a day can lead to significant achievements over time, whether writing a book or getting in shape. Discard excuses and prioritize work towards your goals. With efficient planning and dedication, finding time for important tasks is always possible. Authenticity. Schwarzenegger was surprised by the general public's lack of knowledge about bodybuilding, despite its established subculture, complete with magazines, supplements, and gyms. Bodybuilding was often misunderstood, with bodybuilders mislabeled as narcissistic or unintelligent, and their sport reduced to superficial stereotypes. His peers at Gold's Gym in Venice Beach were reluctant to engage with journalists due to past negative experiences, but he believed that avoiding dialogue perpetuated these misconceptions. Schwarzenegger argued that bodybuilders needed to educate journalists and the public about their sport. By sharing their stories and emphasizing the discipline involved in bodybuilding, they could reshape its image and garner respect. It's necessary to sell our vision, whether it be a product, a dream, or a sport, to achieve success. This involves identifying the right audience and tailoring the message to convince them of the vision's value. When he transitioned into acting, Schwarzenegger had to convince agents, directors, producers, and studio executives to buy into his vision. Persuading an executive to fund twins showcased his ability to sell an idea effectively. Similarly, when facing criticism about the violence in The Terminator, he directly addressed concerns by emphasizing the film's message and intent, resulting in both commercial success and positive reviews. Schwarzenegger learned to pay close attention to who is engaged and who holds the power to say yes. Being authentic and owning your story is crucial, as pretending to be someone else leads nowhere good. Embrace your true self, even if your past is shameful. In 2005, after a failed attempt to communicate his vision for California and the value of ballot measures, Schwarzenegger recognized his mistakes, including being too aggressive and technical and not connecting with moderate and undecided voters. He learned to communicate in a way that resonated with people's lives, focusing on practical benefits rather than technical jargon. Taking responsibility for his shortcomings, Schwarzenegger worked constructively with the legislature, resulting in significant achievements such as Assembly Bill 32, an environmental bill that aimed to reduce greenhouse gas emissions, Senate Bill 1, an ambitious solar energy policy, and a $50 billion infrastructure package. By speaking in relatable terms, he successfully sold the infrastructure package to voters and was re-elected with a larger majority. His approach to owning his narrative prevented the media from creating a negative story and demonstrated the power of authenticity. True stories from genuine people sell best, and successful individuals never let others write their stories for them. Learning from setbacks. During the early days of the COVID-19 pandemic, Schwarzenegger was shocked by the lack of personal protective equipment in the United States, despite its status as a global economic leader. Hospitals in Los Angeles were struggling to secure PPE, with some healthcare workers resorting to washing and reusing masks. Schwarzenegger recalled that he had allocated more than $200 million to California's Strategic Reserve of Medical Supplies in 2006 as a part of the Health Surge Capacity Initiative, which included 50 million N95 masks and nearly 2,500 ventilators. However, due to budget cuts by his successor, the stockpile was no longer maintained and became unusable. Adhering to his principle of not complaining without offering a solution, Schwarzenegger contacted his former chief of staff, whose wife worked for a logistics company, Flexport. They discovered that Flexport was part of the Frontline Responders Fund, which was raising money to secure PPE from China. Schwarzenegger quickly arranged for a $1 million donation to the fund, ensuring that PPE would be delivered to local hospitals within days. Negativity bias is a survival mechanism that causes humans to respond more strongly to negative stimuli. Schwarzenegger rejects negativity bias, advocating for a positive outlook as a means to thrive rather than just survive. He credits his positive attitude for his success and resilience, even in the face of adversity, such as his challenging upbringing in Austria and his father's strict and sometimes abusive behavior. Schwarzenegger embraces the Stoic philosophy of amor fati, or the love of fate, which encourages acceptance and even appreciation of life's challenges. He applies this philosophy to his own life, including his recovery from an unexpected open heart surgery in 2018. Instead of succumbing to frustration and fear, Schwarzenegger focused on setting goals for his recovery and worked diligently to achieve them, demonstrating the power of a positive mindset. Wasting time on negativity, such as complaining about uncontrollable events, worrying about the unpredictable, or getting angry over trivial matters, detracts from pursuing your vision. Instead, by choosing positivity over negativity and learning from mistakes, you can make the best of any situation. When faced with failure, it's best to learn rather than dwell on the unfairness of life. Schwarzenegger's experience of losing a bodybuilding competition to Frank Zane in 1968 illustrates the importance of accepting and learning from failure. Initially blaming external factors, Schwarzenegger eventually recognized his shortcomings and sought to improve by training with Zane. This led to his subsequent victories and the understanding that failure is not fatal, but a learning opportunity. Failure is inherent in the pursuit of challenging goals and serves as a progress report, indicating areas for improvement. Schwarzenegger learned this through weightlifting, where failure is an opportunity for growth. Failure is inevitable, but it should not deter us from our vision. Quitters never achieve their dreams, while those who persevere through failure learn valuable lessons. As governor, Schwarzenegger applied lessons from his 2005 special election failure to achieve bipartisan initiatives and re-election. Schwarzenegger also rejects the notion of adhering to the status quo. His life has been marked by challenging conventional paths and doing things differently. This approach often met resistance, especially during his governorship, but he remained undeterred, focusing on his vision of being the best and helping the most people. Risk is a subjective perception, not a concrete entity, varying from person to person. It's assessed by weighing the likelihood of success against the potential consequences of failure. Schwarzenegger's high tolerance for risk stems from having little to lose early in life and knowing how to minimize potential losses later on. His pursuits in bodybuilding, acting, and politics were underpinned by this understanding of risk, with the worst outcome being another chance to learn and improve. Rock climber Alex Honnold's free solo climb of El Capitan in Yosemite National Park in 2017 illustrates how public perceptions of risk can change post-success, despite the inherent dangers remaining the same. What truly matters is what we stand to lose, and for Schwarzenegger, the potential gains have always outweighed the risks. Curiosity fuels destiny. Freddie Gersel, a Jewish man who survived World War II by posing as a Catholic and joining the resistance, was a significant influence in Schwarzenegger's life. After the war, Gersel engaged in local business and politics in Graz, Austria, eventually rising to the presidency of Austria's upper house of parliament. In the early 1960s, he organized athletic training for local youth, including Schwarzenegger, emphasizing the importance of both physical and mental strength. Gersel instilled in the boys a hunger for knowledge, teaching them to be curious and to absorb information that could be useful in any situation. Schwarzenegger's curiosity was fostered early on by mentors such as Gersel and was further developed through bodybuilding, where asking questions and trying new techniques led to better training outcomes. This mindset of inquiry and learning was crucial in Schwarzenegger's governance. Understanding complex issues including prison guard staffing, healthcare, pollution, infrastructure, and nursing allowed for effective problem solving. Curiosity and listening are important in leveraging relationships to achieve goals. By being a sponge for knowledge and maintaining an open mind, Schwarzenegger became a resource to others. This approach was particularly beneficial when he was governor. Constant learning and asking questions allowed for a deeper understanding of societal systems and improved his leadership. In 1983, Schwarzenegger met with director Cameron to discuss the role of Kyle Reese in The Terminator, but their conversation focused on the Terminator character, which intrigued Schwarzenegger. Despite initially wanting to play the hero, he was persuaded by Cameron's vision of the Terminator as a complex character, not a conventional villain. This led to a pivotal career decision to take the role, which established him as a leading man in Hollywood. Schwarzenegger's experience as chairman of the President's Council for Physical Fitness and Sports exemplified the impact of applying knowledge to make a difference. This was further realized through involvement with Danny Hernandez's Inner City Games, providing constructive activities for at-risk youth. Schwarzenegger became the ICG executive commissioner and co-founded the Inner City Games Foundation, raising funds and securing sponsorships. They successfully hosted the IT in Los Angeles in 1991, offering athletic events, contests, scholarships, a career expo, and health screenings. The event's success and national media exposure enabled them to attract interest from other cities. Schwarzenegger recognized the need for such programs not only during the summer, but also after school, as many kids lack supervision, leading to increased risks of negative influences. With a vision to expand the ICG nationwide, Schwarzenegger, alongside the powerhouse of a woman named Bonnie Reyes, lobbied and fundraised, using personal resources to promote the program across America. Their efforts led to the establishment of after-school all-stars, serving thousands of kids daily. Curiosity, open-mindedness, and applying knowledge are important to change and support personal and communal growth. The U.S. education system pushes students toward a four-year university, regardless of their individual goals or interests. While college is essential for certain professions, it is not the only path to success. Real-world experience is often more valuable, and vocational training can lead to fulfilling careers. Mary Shenauda is a high school dropout who became a successful private chef and entrepreneur without a college degree. Mary's journey exemplifies how an open mind and strong work ethic can lead to success outside the traditional educational path. Finding your passion and purpose is key to building a vision for a successful life. The world offers ample opportunities to learn and grow without a college education. Young people should listen to the world around them and pursue what excites them, rather than feeling pressured into a conventional college experience that may not align with their aspirations. Many people feel stuck because they don't understand the world or believe they can change their circumstances. Adopt a mindset of curiosity and use your knowledge to shape your destiny, echoing a line from the Terminator. There's no fate but what we make for ourselves. Giving back. The term self-made man is a misnomer, as success is never achieved in isolation. Schwarzenegger's achievements were made possible by the support and influence of his parents, mentors, peers, and many others. The American dream, which Schwarzenegger embodies, is not about individualism, but about the collective contributions that enable our success. Recognizing this, we have a responsibility to give back and help others, which in turn enriches our own lives. Self-improvement should not be used as a justification for selfishness. Life is not a zero-sum game. Your success does not require the failure of others. Instead, by helping and supporting those around us, we can all grow and succeed together. This philosophy was evident in Schwarzenegger's bodybuilding career, where mutual support among competitors led to individual and collective growth, benefiting the sport as a whole. In Hollywood, movies thrive when actors support each other, creating a positive environment that leads to collective success. Similarly, in sports and business, teamwork and selflessness contribute to greater achievements than individualism. Giving back increases happiness, as demonstrated by research showing that the act of giving, regardless of the amount, enhances the giver's well-being. It can be challenging to find ways to give back, especially when you are struggling with your own issues. However, everyone has something to offer, and opportunities to help others are abundant in daily life. Simple acts of kindness and support can have a significant impact. Reflect on the help you have received in your life and pay it forward in whatever capacity you can. Whether through large-scale initiatives or small, personal interactions, the act of giving back is fulfilling and essential to personal growth and societal progress. In the late 1970s, Schwarzenegger trained Special Olympics athletes in powerlifting, which was a transformative experience for both the participants and him. Initially, the athletes were hesitant, but through encouragement and support, they gained confidence and strength, overcoming their fears. One boy, initially terrified, succeeded in lifting weights, which was a pivotal moment for him and his peers. This event sparked a profound joy in Schwarzenegger, a feeling that surpassed any professional success or financial gain. Schwarzenegger's involvement with the Special Olympics led to the development of a powerlifting competition for the Games. His commitment to helping others expanded when President George H.W. Bush appointed him to chair the President's Council for Physical Fitness and Sports. Schwarzenegger found his greatest satisfaction in contributing to the well-being of others, particularly children. Schwarzenegger's passion for giving back grew, leading to further initiatives such as the IT and the Schwarzenegger Institute at USC, focusing on political reform and environmental issues. His perspective shifted from self-centered goals to a we-focused vision, where helping others became a personal goal in itself. Schwarzenegger's late father-in-law, Sergeant Shriver, advised against self-absorption and encouraged focusing on the well-being of others. Shriver's message, emphasizing the importance of service and community over personal wealth and status, resonated with Schwarzenegger and reinforced the value of giving back.